Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace, so if you need a website, then head over to squarespace.com/Will's Whereabouts. I reckon you can probably go home now.
Okay.
I think I've got this. The van to me is completely unrecognisable compared to what it was just a few days ago.
Today we will attempt to get this whole side plied up, but it's not going to be a traditional ply job because young William wants window frames. Posh, sexy, antique looking window frames like you would have in some sort of, you know, French Riviera villa. So yeah, we're going to attempt to do what we've done around our window, which is make a bit of a frame around it, which makes it just look a little bit unique and a little bit different. If we can do it, we can do it. If we can't, we can. We need it to come out to basically here. So it's going to be quite a thick frame.
Yeah.
Because we need the frame to basically push on this rubber, but meet the ply.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So yeah, we need to build the frame out to here, and then we can put the ply on, fix the frame on, and then we can route it out the hole. One thing at the top and one thing at the back, right? And as you're guiding, just move your hand with it. Oh, yeah, it'll make it feel a little bit steadier.
Yeah.
Don't have loads of pressure on it. Just touch it. Just so it just makes it feel.
We're having some trouble getting in the last screw to hold the batten up. 2 snapped drill bits later. I reckon you can probably go home now.
Okay.
I think I've got this.
So,
we're battening out the kitchen and the ply just to try and make everything as square and flush as possible. I wouldn't go too near my house because I do need to let them go.
if you look at the shape of these vans, these Gicatos, they go all over the place. So we're battening it out basically to miss this column. We were gonna carpet that column, weren't we?
Yeah.
But we've realised that if we batten it out, then we can bypass this column and just come straight to the edge with the ply.
The first piece of wood is in! Woo!
90 £90 for 3 sheets of 9mm ply. I've got money coming out my ears, left, right and centre. Before we crack on with the rest of the build, I've got to say a big thanks to today's video sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace are an all-in-one website building platform that really do make it super simple and super easy to create your own website and get started today. If you don't know about computer coding, then not to worry, because Squarespace has hundreds of different website templates that you can choose from. They've got tutorials and guides that will take you through the entire process from setting up your website, designing the page, and getting it to go live. They use a really simple drag and drop system, which means designing the website couldn't be any easier. If you want to give it a try yourself, then you can head over to squarespace.com for a 14-day free trial. And when you're ready, you can head to squarespace.com/Will's Whereabouts for a 10% discount on your first purchase.
The guy who's doing this van, you might have seen him on a channel, where Will something. So he's got all his electrics here, but he's got his electric cables coming out of this part here. Why he's done that, I don't know, but you know what I mean. It
just made sense.
It made sense to have the cables coming out of a different location to where the. Anyway, let's carry on.
So Neil's going to drill more holes in my van and make the
hammer before.
Yeah, but we won't tell them. He beat Mary, poor Mary, with a hammer earlier. Poor Mary! Oh my God!
Okay.
Don't do this at home, kids.
No, do this at home. Or just feed your cables to a sensible place, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Voila!
I may have made things a little bit more difficult. Yeah, tricky.
Hasn't that been the constant theme since he got here?
Since he was born.
Since I was born, there we
Born
go.
with complications. the complication being Will.
I was born with a heart murmur.
Was you?
Say,
Yeah.
Oh well.
heart murmur buddies?
So there we go. I was born with
I was born
complications.
with that one.
A heart?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Roll up, come and get your electrical system.
We'll have that in here, please.
No problem, sir.
Supplied and fitted.
400 doubloons, please.
Oh, that gives me an erection. That is fucking sexy.
Now what does it all do?
That does the thingy, and this connected to the what's name. There you go, boop, 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 and this is your scratch stitch. That's it. Sorted. So just basics and simpleness, and just break it down easy. That will be the breaker for your DC to DC charger. That is the breaker for your solar. Exactly the same, unless there's a problem with the cable or something like that. The chances of it breaking, absolute zero. That is your 240 volt hookup. Sockets in the kitchen, sockets in the kitchen, sockets in the boudoir. This will be your switch off for your batteries. I don't know why I put it upside down, but it just adds to the flavour of things. It's not wired up yet. The reason I put it upside down is because the hole underneath for the connections go in there. So yeah, it is just what it is. Then later on this evening, we can get the holes put through for here, and then we can put your cables through for your lives and all your negatives that go on there.
I'm just staring at this now, thinking to myself, now it's finally starting to take shape and actually look like a van. Oh, I'm getting excited. We were doing the electrics, but then I think Neil got bored. And now, what are we doing, Neil? We're framing the window.
See these stupid vans. I mean, what is the purpose of that? Like, really? Why? What for? What reason? What's it there for? What does it do? It does nothing. It's just there, being a pain in the ass. So we can either A, go up to the centre line. Ah, it's going to be boxed in by your cupboards.
Yeah.
You knew that, didn't you? You didn't say nothing.
I forgot.
Oh.
Still here, 12 o'clock at night, filming on the iPhone because my memory card is full on my camera. I'm not going to show you all of the secrets and then things that we've done today, but there's some, I can't even speak. There's some impressive things that we've done, but I'll show you all of that tomorrow and catch up and give you a bit of an update. For right now,
We're done in.
we're done in. I'm tired, exhausted. Neil's worked his arse off.
Back at it from 7 a.m.
7 a.m. See you here tomorrow morning. Look at this, here we go. As you can see, I'm now powered and all wired up to the lithium battery. Everything is now connected, so all these cables are actually live, so I should probably cover them in tape. The lights are also running from the lithium, the fan, the Wi-Fi is now constantly on. So basically, while I went to pick up some more wood yesterday, Neil got all of this pretty much 70% complete and finished. It's not 100% finished because there's still some more cables that I'm waiting to arrive from Amazon, and also some battery terminal connections, because as you can see, that's not a proper job, but don't worry, that is all just temporary. Now time for my personal favourite feature of the van so far. We have a windowsill. So this is why I had to go to B&Q yesterday, because I had to go and buy these planks of wood. We were a bit unsure on exactly how we were going to do the window, because some people curve around the edges, some people have a square frame, and for purely simplicity and also the way it looks, we decided to go for a square frame. And actually our first idea was to have the frame completely flush with the ply, so this wasn't going to stick out, there wasn't going to be any ledge at all. We put it in place, and to be honest, I think it looks 100 times better with it actually sticking out, because it means I can actually put things on the windowsill. Obviously it's not completely finished, and when it comes to kind of the snagging jobs, I'm going to put some wood filler all over these screw holes, all over any tiny gaps, and neaten and tidy everything up. But it makes a hell of a difference, and I absolutely love it. I can still get access to my window, so happy days. That was the job that I couldn't show you because the memory card was full, but now the plan today is to do pretty much exactly the same at the top and the bottom of the bed. Neil said to me last night he's feeling a bit disappointed that he feels like we've not done as much as we can. It doesn't look as if we've done a lot of work, but we have, because a lot of the electrical cables had to be run in, a lot of them had to be moved around because I just put them in the wrong place. A lot of the time has been figuring and trying to work out how to get over all these small little bumps and things, which in a van like this is not easy. I've just gone and picked up breakfast for me and Neil. They're slowly starting to wake up. They've been sleeping on the driveway in their van for the last couple of days. Well, it's been a few days since that last clip, and now I think it's time I give you a proper update so you can see the progression of what's happened in the last 4 days. Is this exciting or is this exciting? I am absolutely buzzing. The van to me is completely unrecognisable compared to what it was just a few days ago. Let me give you a bit of a talking update of exactly what we've done, why we've done it, and the next steps to getting this finished. As you saw in this video and in the previous video, we have now plied and added some wood to the inside of the van. We've got carpet on the rear doors, which keeps that nice and warm and just tidies that up. I may end up cladding that in the future, but I'm not sure at the minute. Carpet is also running above the door and also on any awkward bits where we weren't able to cover it with wood or with ply. I'm not a huge fan of carpet, I have to be honest, but for those awkward, niggly places where it's difficult to cover and do a nice finish, carpet is honestly the way to go. It just makes everything look so much better. Still, my favourite feature of the van is this wooden window frame. As I said, I think in this one, I can't remember now, I'm losing track of the videos, but we decided to have the window frame sticking out a little rather than having it flush, just because I personally think it adds a nice feature to the van rather than having everything exactly the same. It kind of adds a bit of separation from the kitchen area and then the living area. The reason I've got these recessed in is for height reasons, because my head will go this end and my feet will go this end, and I need that extra space so that I can sleep the entire distance, because if I was to board that completely straight down, and likewise with this side, I would be touching the sides. The reason, by the way, if anybody's wondering why this side is carpeted and this side has this kind of vinyl wood effect, is because I bought this yesterday from eBay, but I haven't got enough of it to finish off this side. So more of that is going to be arriving on Monday, so once it does, I will also put exactly the same vinyl strip in there, which will neaten it up and just make it look a little bit different. On this side here, we've got an LED strip, as you can see, which is going to be recessed in eventually. I need to router that out, and we have a switch as well, so this can be turned on and off. I'm going to swap that out for a dimmer switch eventually, just because I think it'll be a bit nicer to yeah, make it dimmable, because at the minute, where's the switch? Struggling to find it. It's quite a harsh light, quite strong in your face, so once I put that on a dimmer, it should look a lot nicer. All of the electrics, or not all of the electrics, but 80% of them are in and wired. The only thing that isn't really wired in is the solar panels and the MPPT. The solar panels are now on the roof, which I'll show you in a second, but as I said, they're just not wired in. Everything is running off the lithium battery. We still haven't connected up the 240 volt because I can't remember why. There was a reason for that, but that'll all be done in the future. I've got a cable coming out here for my diesel heater for when that gets installed, hopefully next week. We've got USB sockets kind of scattered everywhere, so this will actually be for kitchen sockets. I'll have a USB and some 12 volt cigarette lighter sockets, and then also a 240 volt, and likewise up there. The switches will come out here inside the van, so I need to build some sort of box to bring these cables out and then put a switch on top. And then up here we also have, this was Neil's idea actually, to put more USB sockets, just because he said it's always good to have them scattered everywhere. Obviously it is not finished at all, there is still a lot of work still to do, but this is honestly such a big step in the right direction, and a day that I thought would never come. I laid this down the other day. This is just some rubber matting from B&Q. I think it was about £5 a pack, and for once it was actually relatively easy to cut around the shapes of the wheel arches. It just gives me a nice firm flooring for my garage area, and it also means I can finally put my boxes in here and everything will stop sliding around. The only bits that I'm undecided on what to do with are these back channels, because all of the cables are in here, and also all of my lights for the rear of the van. If I ever need to access any of this, I still need to be able to get to it, so I'm unsure of what to do with these areas. If anybody has any advice and any tips on those back areas and what exactly to do to the places which you still need to get access to, then let me know. I'm thinking of just buying the standard plates that actually clip into all of that and then carpeting it, because then I can still pop them on and off. Because as I said, if a rear bulb goes or something, I still need to get to it to replace it. I'm also at the stage where I need to start thinking about colours and painting, because I think I'm going to change the ceiling colour. I think I am. I'm so undecisive. I was thinking of doing the van kind of interior like a sage green, but I'm really not sure. I think once I start filling in holes and yeah, just prettying, making things a little bit more pretty and doing a bit of the snagging, decorating jobs, I then need to make a decision with colours and interior. So far, so good, and by far the most amount of progress that has happened on this van build. I'm actually going to be heading up to Liverpool next week to see Neil and Emma to help me get the diesel heater installed and fitted, and that is going to be an absolute game changer because it means I'm going to be warm inside the van, which means I'm going to be able to get out more, especially in winter, go out hiking, do a few more stealth camps and just have a good old time still in the basic van setup. Absolutely none of this would have been possible without Neil and Emma, so a massive thank you to them. Please make sure that you go and give them a follow on YouTube and on Instagram. I'll leave their details below, and go and say that I sent you and say thank you to them because they massively appreciate it. I massively appreciate their help. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you're continuing to enjoy this series. It's been good fun to get other people involved because I'm learning a shitload more from working with other people, which to me, this process is all about. It sounds so cringy, but I continuously want to learn how to get better at all this electrics, woodworking, DIY, craftsmanship, whatever you call it. I just want to get better and develop these skills. So the van build, when I first got it, that was my plan, and getting other people involved, I'm learning so much more. Right, I'm talking absolute gibberish now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week for a stealth camp video because we're going to be going out in this very soon. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.